Okay, Bill Maher has a show at Bass Concert Hall Friday, July 10th. Hotline's ringing. This might be him. Hello.
Hi, Nigel. Bill Maher.
Bill, how you doing, man? Big fan.
Thank you. How you doing?
Real good.
So you coming to the show?
Definitely coming to the show.
You have tickets, or can I hook you up?
What's that? I don't have tickets. I'd love to be hooked up, man.
I will hook you up. My publicist, Sarah, will call you.
Man, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I was watching your show Friday on HBO. Cameron Diaz is a sweetie, isn't she?
And super hot.
Oh, God. I was surprised to hear you say that you were an easy cry at movies. Now, is that true, or were you just playing an angle to get in her pants?
No. No, that's true. It's always been true. I don't cry in life, but movies, yes. I mean, even like a not-so-great movie, if they just do the right things that they're supposed to push the right button at the right time, I will cry at a movie.
Is it? I don't know if it's. I'm 33 years old.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I went to see.
Quit bragging.
Sorry, but no, I'm saying I don't know. Maybe it's the older you get. I went to see Star Trek, the new Star Trek movie, and the opening scene in that, I got choked up.
Yeah, that's what movies are supposed to do. They're supposed to push buttons.
I know, but it was Star Trek.
Yeah, I know. Look, people have great emotional memories of Star Trek. I bet you I would tear up if you did, because I remember watching the series as a child when it was originally on.
Well, it's a good movie. Go see it. And if you see it, just watch the opening scene. And if you don't choke up, I mean, I know it's Star Trek, but still.
No, that's what. No, I can't judge that, because it probably would happen to me. You know a movie is bad when it comes to that scene that you know is the scene that's supposed to make you cry,
right? And
you feel nothing, and it's like, whatever, day player. That's when you know a movie is bad.
Hey, can I ask you about a really good movie that I've seen recently, and I was surprised. Is it weird for me to say that I'm a believer? I believe in God, but I loved Religulous. Is that?
No, it's not weird. I hear it all the time.
Oh, you do hear it all the time?
Yeah, because because mostly, I mean, Religulous is mostly against organized religion.
Sure.
I mean, it's also an atheistic tract, but it's so hard to pin down people's beliefs unless you're like a formal. I'm a Catholic and I believe everything the Pope says.
Right.
That's not really where Americans are anymore. Americans are all over the map. They're real cafeteria shoppers when it comes to religion and spirituality. And they have, they pick and choose their own sort of belief system. And so it's not weird for people who believe in something to align with like 80% of what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally agree. And one of the things you said that really stuck with me, not in the movie, I don't know if you said this in the movie or not, in your stand-up act, you said, what's wrong with saying, I don't know?
Right. I say it in my I used to say it in my stand-up act, and I put it in the movie.
Right. What's wrong? I mean, I believe in God, but not much after that, I don't know.
Right, and don't rack your brain trying to figure it out either, because you never will while you're alive.
Here's the thing I was curious about with Religulous, though, Bill. Did you ever feel like you were threatened? Because, I mean, it's one thing to go after Christianity, but you went after Islam. I mean, that Dutch filmmaker Van Gogh comes to mind, who was murdered. Right. Did you ever feel...
Well, yeah, I mean, I certainly have always been subject to threats and that stuff, but that was even before the movie. It got worse when the movie came out, of course. Yes, there was a real rise. But,
Wow.
It's like the way they monitor the chatter about terrorists. It goes up and down. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes it's a little. But basically, you can't let it ruin or run your life, and I don't. I mean, I have security,
of course,
around me, but it's not going to change what I do or say.
Hey, we're speaking with Bill Maher. He's at the Bass Concert Hall Friday, July 10th. Will there ever be a day in this country, and I ask you this as a non-weed smoker. I don't smoke pot, not because I have some belief against it. I just don't smoke. I drink.
Right.
Will we ever see a day
I respect that.
Will we ever see a day in this country when marijuana will be legalized?
I do think we will. I mean, the last few months have been more hopeful than I would say any time in the last 3 or 4 decades, because there is a feeling like, well, things are changing.
Yeah.
America's changing. Attitudes toward things like gay marriage and marijuana seem to be coming around. Now, I made the liberals mad on my show a couple of weeks ago because I went after for all the things he hasn't been doing.
You went after Obama? Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah. And, it's true. If you read the paper, he's been very weak on a lot of issues that we hoped he would be better on, and marijuana is one of them. I mean, his drugs we're no longer going to call it a war on drugs, which is great, and it'll be a big relief to my friends who are in prison. But basically, we're still doing the same things we were doing. We're still funding the DEA, and we're still basically putting all the money toward interdiction instead of treatment. Not a lot has changed practically, but what has changed is a mood and a sense that this is a subject we can talk about. And as usual with the United States in this era, the states are leading the way. Schwarzenegger in California,
right.
Patterson in New York. These are governors who are talking about, hey, let's just have a debate. Let's have a conversation about legalizing it. Let's not take it off the table. It's not an unthinkable thing to legalize the one drug that never killed anybody while we're being killed by the tens and hundreds of thousands by legal other substances that are legal.
Alcohol. It's so
and
much
prescription
worse.
drugs. What do you think killed Michael Jackson? It's not a mystery why Michael Jackson is dead. Not a mystery to me.
Where were you and what were you doing when you heard about Michael Jackson?
I had just arrived in Greenville, South Carolina last Thursday. I had a show there, and the Governor Sanford thing had broken the day before, and Michael Jackson, just as I got to the hotel, I turned it on, and I heard the news, and it was a big weekend for news. And,
man, bizarre weekend.
Right, but, I must say, and I'm not bragging about this, I guess I am a little, but I called that Michael Jackson thing. I said to my friend about a year ago, I said, he is not going to live much longer because, I'm a believer in holistic medicine. I don't go to a Western doctor. I don't believe what the government tells me about health. I think it's a corrupt system. I think our healthcare system is such a mess because there's just too much money in sick people, and they don't go after what really kills people, which is not enough nutrition and too much poison and toxicity in your system. And I'm sure Michael Jackson was living on sugar and pharmaceuticals. And you can't do that forever without your body breaking down. You have to feed your cells good nutrition, and you can't constantly poison them with the stuff that's coming out of the pharmacy. And I'm sure that's all he did. I'm sure that trial, there was so much stress for him on that trial that they had to dope him up to levels that would kill a horse. This is exactly how Elvis did.
Bill Maher's on the phone. Should we be scared of Iran and North Korea?
I'm not. I'm not scared of North Korea.
I mean, is that a dumb question? I mean, every time I see it, I go on Drudge Report, North Korea threatens a fire shower of nuclear missiles.
But, all the Republicans have, is fear. I mean, they always have to come up with some new fear to make people vote for them. And I just hope that at some point people get onto this. I'm not afraid of North Korea. I'm not afraid of Iran. When I hear the tales, when Dick Cheney or one of those ex-Bush people gets on television and tells us the tales of Guantanamo Bay and all the lives that it saved and all the terrorist plots that were foiled, oh, please, give me a break. That one Bush always talked about the Liberty Seven. Did you ever hear about that? That they foiled this terrorist plot, these 7 black guys in Liberty City, which is a poor neighborhood of Miami. They said they were planning to blow up the Sears Tower in Chicago. Well, they didn't even have a gun. Probably the only 7 black guys in Miami without a gun. And, they couldn't blow up the Sears catalog. Are you kidding? These guys couldn't crash a shopping cart into a dumpster. The day they got the first free meal in prison, their plan exceeded their wildest dreams. So, I just don't believe all the boogeyman things out there that they're always trying to scare us with. And North Korea is a pathetic, sad country, probably the saddest country on earth. And the people I feel for are the North Korean people. I'm not worried about them, and I'm not worried about Iran either.
Well, Bill, I can't wait for the show. I appreciate you with offering tickets too, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. Bill Maher at the Bass Concert Hall Friday, July 10th. And check out his talk show on HBO Friday nights and the DVD, Religulous, in stores now. Bill, thank you so much.
Bring your ass. You're going to laugh it off.
All right, man. Bill, we'll see you in a couple weeks,
Nigel.
man.
Take
Thanks.
care. Bye-bye.
Nigel, 93.7 KLBJ. KLBJ.